Hey everyone, this is Ray from 50 Pros. I just wanted to come on here and create a little demo video to really demonstrate what our SDR services are. So obviously, if you don't know, 50 Pros, it's a two-sided marketplace. So we connect agencies with clients, um, connecting supply and demand, if you will. The demand meaning the clients that want to hire agencies, and the supply meaning the agencies that want to get hired. So one of the unique things that we do is we don't just have a platform where we just bring in um, clients and we say, hey, here's a list of software development firms. Go take a look at it if you need software development needs. That doesn't really cut it for us. We know a lot of other directory platforms, they kind of brand themselves and advertise themselves as like, oh, our directory platform, it's like a billboard and people see you. And then if they're interested, they could click on it or whatever. To us, that's just not good enough. We like to be a little bit more proactive. And we do something that we sort of brand as reverse marketing, where instead of letting the demand pull the supply, we let the supply pull the demand. What that means is we like to first understand the agencies that we have in our database and in our network, and based on who their ideal clients are, then we actually go out in the market and bring that demand to these agencies. So in other words, this form that we're looking at here on my screen, it's the SDR form. It comes as a complementary benefit to every agency that we have. And in a nutshell, all it is outbound sales. So the way how it works is an agency would submit this form. We understand what kind of ideal clients you would want. Because, for example, using, let's say we stick to that software development example, one software development firm might have a totally different type of client as compared to another software development studio. So in other words, it's the services that we kind of provide. It's a little bit more white glove, more personalized, and more unique to every agency. So your list of ideal clients might be totally different than another agency on that same exact category. So I think it's pretty unique. No other platform does this. So I'm not actually gonna fill this out, but let's go ahead and add some stuff here. Um, 50 pros, just so we could kind of review some of the questions. It's really broken down to two parts. This SDR process, phase one, it's simply understanding who the clients are. So that's the research part, that's the prospecting part, that's just developing the game plan. So here you could actually address like, who should we be targeting? What do those clients look like, etc. I'm not going to put much here. I'm just going to click to the next one and some additional stuff as well. This is part of the outbound process. But let's go back to this part because I wanted to show you what that spreadsheet looks like. And what we're doing here, it's not rocket science. We're not reinventing the outbound sales process. It's just basic legwork, if you will. So here's an example of data that we've pulled in for a real client. I just blocked out the name here for this video. Um, Today's February 11th. You could see, so every month each agency gets 480 outbound leads. So it's broken into two parts. First, we figure out who the leads are. And in case you're looking at some real examples here, you can see in the industry of tech. I think I saw healthcare. Yep, here it is there. And if we scroll down all the way, yep, we can see it's over 400, should be around 480. And it's pretty high resolution data. So you could actually see who the client names are. These are the companies that the agency wants to target. And these are based on what the agency submitted. So it looks like they have a specific focus on healthcare that they want to go for. I'm actually not seeing here, or maybe it was removed for this demo, but what the agency provides. Might have been branding, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, so once we understand who the targets are, we put this in a spreadsheet, and this spreadsheet, it's yours to keep as well. So this data we can collect by hand for you, which is pretty unique. And then, so the second part, of course, is the actual outbound process. So once we have this data of the prospects, that gets sent to you. So before your analyst, and that's your SDR person, SDR sales development representative, before they actually contact those leads, we'll have to get your approval first to make sure that you like this target list of prospective clients for your agency. If you like it, then you review the script that we suggest. If there's a script that you want us to say as part of the outbound, that's fine too. But we have some pretty good recommendations there. Usually the sweeter, the better. Once you approve that, we go ahead and message that. Beyond that, our whole premise here, we're top of the funnel marketing, if you will. So our goal is to gather this list, research these prospects, give this list to you, and we'll also provide that first touch point of cold calling, essentially. We don't do telephone calls, we do email and contact form. And then from there, if the client is interested in reaching out to you, they can. Uh, Beyond that, I think and so usually the big question that we always get asked is like how successful is this? The conversion rates simply vary based on different categories. We usually see at least one new client from the list of 5,000 because it's 5,000 in a 12-month period. The big thing that we really recommend though is when we provide this contact outreach the first time around, it's good for two ways. Number one is that we sort of come in as a third party endorsement. So rather than you kind of coming in cold calling and saying, hey, here's who we are, let me like brag about our services, it provides more of a softer touch when we come in and say, hey, we represent this great agency. We think they'd be a good fit because we know that you do X, Y, and Z, et cetera. And the second thing is you're also getting a list of 5,000 rows of prospects um, that you can nurture throughout a long period of 12 months. So even if they hear from us talking about your services, they're probably not going to be ready to buy statistically. Some will, some won't. But of course, it's up to you and your team to kind of nurture that. And eventually, when they might need your services, you'd be, top of mind. So, anyways, that's what the SDR process is. I just wanted to come on here and just kind of explain it visually. But all it really is, it's an agency comes onto the platform if they get accepted as part of the vetting process. And then we just like to understand who you want to target as a client. And then we'll actually do a lot of this work. 5,000, close to 5,000 leads for the year is pretty good. And it's, again, all included as part of the membership. So this helps us target your ideal clients. We know every agency is unique and different, and they might have different objectives. So we didn't want that to really, you know, alienate a new one if they have a specific niche, because we've seen some pretty fascinating examples of what some agencies do. So anyways, I hope this was helpful. If you're an agency on 50 pros, definitely don't miss this opportunity to fill out this form. I think it's really helpful. Again, it helps us understand who your ideal client is. We'll gather the spreadsheet for you. You'll have a dedicated analyst and account manager to work with you on this whole thing to oversee your success. And you're going to have visibility into all of the work that we do. So I hope that's helpful. Thank you, and talk to you soon. Reach out to us if you need anything.